I'm absolutely fascinated by the history of New Mexico. My name is David G. Thomas, and I'm a historian, a New Mexico historian. I've written over 11 books on New Mexico history, many about Mesilla and the Mesilla Valley. This town of Mesilla was founded on March 1st, 1850. Mesilla was laid out like all the towns were in New Mexico and northern Mexico. There was a plaza, there was a lot for the church, and then the buildings around the plaza. Many of these buildings are the original buildings. This is the most famous building in Las Cruces. This is where Billy the Kid was tried.
Yeah, Billy the Kid gift shop, in honor of one of the world's most famous outlaws. Mesilla was the capital of New Mexico and Arizona before they were states. So this was a Capitol building at that time. This building was built in the 1850s. It was, at that time, the courthouse where Billy the Kid was tried.
Billy the Kid was one of 7 men in Lincoln. They were shooting through portholes in the adobe corral, and they killed Sheriff Brady, and they killed a deputy sheriff named Hinman. Nobody could see who was firing the bullets.
And in 1881, Billy the Kid was brought down here to be tried, and then he was found guilty, and they took him back to Lincoln, New Mexico, where they were going to hang him, where he later made his famous escape.
You can see how thick the adobe walls are, and that tells you you've got the original structure. So just behind the wall, in this area right here, is going to be where the 2 jail cells are. This is the portion of the courthouse compound that was the courthouse. It was also the school when it wasn't being used as a courthouse.
So the walls are original in the ceiling. And obviously we have a real roof over it, and it's fun because sometimes dirt will fall. It's part of the building, it's part of the historicalness. Late 1890s, it became a bar. It was a bar all the way to the 1970s, and it was a very wild, very popular bar. And there's beer labels on the roof up here, which are from when it was a bar. People come in here because Billy the Kid was here.
People wonder why there's so much interest in Billy the Kid.
I mean, people all over the world know who he is and love to come see where he stood and walk in his footsteps.
Billy's life story is really an existential life story. That's what makes him bigger than life. It's not just a story about a Western character who lived his life and had all these adventures and in the end was sentenced to hang. His trial was very unfair. And unfair justice is no justice. And so as a result, he's facing the same question that people all over the world are facing, which is, if you're unjustly prosecuted by authorities, how far are you willing to go to save your own life?